Happy New Year, everyone! Hey, welcome back to Roses in Houston YouTube channel, and I am greeting you today from my same garden right here. But what's new is today is January 2nd, 2024, and these roses are still blooming. You know, it's funny how I thought that they were going to slow down, as I mentioned in one or a few videos back in just a few weeks ago in December, with fluctuating weather. Some days like cool, and then some days like a lot warmer. So I guess these roses just don't know, like, should they bloom, should they stop blooming? And I finally got myself a microphone, wireless microphone, to hopefully help with the sound quality, especially on a windy day like today. We're supposed to get some really good heavy rain around 5 p.m. today, and with these roses are still blooming so nicely, I wanted to come out and then capture these for you all to see before the rain got to them. And this rose right here is Princess Charlene de Monaco. It has maybe about 10 buds right now. Let me zoom in so that you can see that one right there. Isn't that beautiful? That one is like perfect looking one right there. So I'm going to try and then go closer here shortly. Hang on, but as you can see, like, you can tell that some of them are getting naked, dropping foliages and things like that, but the blooms are still blooming a whole lot. And this bloom right here is so beautiful. Look at that, it's almost perfect. Don't see any pest damage on this one at all. It is gorgeous. And there's another bud right here along with that one, but I am going to resist and not cut anymore. So hopefully they will, I don't know if they will stop blooming or not, but hey, I'm going to enjoy them while they last. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, thank you so much for visiting, watching, and even sometimes leaving your comments. It's always fun to connect with other rose lovers and find out where you are located. I know that some are watching from California, some in Texas, some are in different countries as well. So thank you so much for visiting me. It's fun to learn about other people, and like I always mention, I don't know everything about gardening and roses, so I'm just sharing based on what I know, and not all information that I share are correct, because I'm not expert in any way and never claim to be an expert. It's just the way that I care for my roses may not be correct, or the way that some other people care for them, but I believe in a way that there are more than one ways of doing things, and I try to respect other people's opinions as well, as far as what they do in their garden, and not making judgment or anything like that. And I appreciate most of y'all who have been very kind and nice. I appreciate that a whole lot. And this rose right here is Cathedral Bell. It is still blooming, but as you can tell, I no longer deadhead the roses. And no, I have not fertilized since around mid-October, somewhere around there. But some of these roses are more established. So that's why they are still blooming. You know, some people who just plant roses this year, back in the springtime, they were wondering why their rose is not blooming, but other people roses is still blooming. Nothing's wrong with your roses, they just need more time. And right here, sparkle and shine, still some blooms left on there. And I forgot to mention this one, Belinda's blush, beautiful. So some of these roses, the foliage just will drop, right? And some still hold on to theirs, or some even have new growths. So these are fairly new. And if you watch one of my videos showing you distant drums, right, dropping foliage just left, right, everywhere. And look, we have new foliages. Beautiful. So if the weather, I don't know how the weather will be, and of course no one knows that, right? Um, over the next few weeks and months during the winter months, it's just so different each year. In the past 2 years, where I am located here in Houston, we had freeze, which is kind of crazy because we rarely get snow or anything in that nature, but we've got freeze like 2 years in a row. Kind of crazy if I remember correctly, 2 years in a row, or it skipped 1 year. But anyhow, most roses survive, and they love super cold weather. And I remember the following spring after the freeze, the roses look absolutely gorgeous, just like this time of year too. Like since fall, following the hard summer, when they didn't get chance to bloom that much, then with the cooler fall, the roses have been looking amazing, like really amazing. And we have Earth Angel back there, getting really tall, going that way. We have a double easy orange, which right now gets tons of black spot. But I'm not doing anything. The foliages will drop eventually, and then I'll clean up down there. It's getting really windy and cold. So we'll see how long I can continue this video. Feeling pretty cold out here. And this one, Crazy Love Rose. Oh my goodness, this rose continues to bloom its head off. It has been one of my most favorite roses this fall. And I mentioned before that I didn't want this rose. I didn't buy it, but it was a mislabeled rose because I ordered Earth Angel, but got sent this one instead, so I kept it. I didn't like the fact that the bloom opened up really flat, but this year I absolutely love it. It has certainly grown on me. Really beautiful. Beautiful and very prolific rose. And it is still blooming a whole lot. Look at that. Look at the color. It has a really beautiful blend of sunset color and lasts for a long time too. And now that the weather has been really cool, these roses last a whole lot longer. And this bloom right here of Earth Angel has been on the stem for like, my goodness, really long. Versus in the summer or when the weather is like warmer or hotter, everything shatters so fast. But during cold weather, these are amazing. I think this one is about ready to fall, to shatter too, because it's been on here for a long time. And here's more of Crazy Love right here. Look at that. And in the beginning stage of this rose, Like the colors are just mind-blowing, gorgeous. It's like so rich, like almost pumpkin, like the pumpkin skin almost. And I love the complexity, the blend. But now it's like more on the yellow side, but still beautiful. So let me go back there to show you a few earth angel blooms in the back. And I have been trying to keep up with the weeds, but as soon as we pulled up the weeds, but I haven't put down the mulch soon enough, so now we have weeds again. And my plan is one of these days, because I love to do gardening during the cool weather, no sweat. And it feels so good to be out and do gardening when it's not hot and humid. That's the best time to pull weeds. So these are earth angel, just on the other side. Look at that. These blooms have been on here for a few days as well. This rose is absolutely stunning, but in the summertime, not so much. And you have to keep in mind too that I am in Houston, Texas. So if you are located somewhere else where you have a mild summer weather, or you have a place for it to plant it where it can get afternoon shade, you may have better result. But for me, in my experience, earth angel, it doesn't do very well in this type of heat, at least where I plant mine, because my backyard gets 10 to 12 hours of direct sun in the south facing backyard, which is like the worst, the hottest, no shade at all. So it didn't bloom much during summertime, or when it bloomed, it looked nothing like this at all. And it's interesting to know that roses don't look the same if you grow the same rose in Pacific Northwest or versus in the deep south. They don't look the same either as far as the size and the colors and all that. And I often get comment about my Evelyn rose that looks nothing like Evelyn, especially during summertime. So we have more earth angel blooms over here in there too. And they are going to open up. I have quite a few. I am surprised that now everyone wants to bloom. Yeah, so we definitely will be able to enjoy more blooms in the weeks to come if we don't get crazy, unexpected freeze. So let me go back there. But as you can tell, like the yard, the color of the grass and all that is like definitely winter time. And I have Silas Manor over here that just has new growth. And this big bloom right here. Some over here. Look at that. Oh, and I forgot to mention, so if you are new to this channel, you can check out my blog at rosesinhouston.com as well. There are a few things that you might be interested in. There are free content that you can access about rose reviews that you can check out, and there are monthly subscription plan for a few roses like Evelyn, Princess Charlene de Monaco, Spirit of Freedom roses, Spirit of Freedom rose, and a few others. And also, if you are brand new to growing roses, I have a program called Blooming with Joy, where I share with you everything that I do in my rose garden all year round, to get the blooms, to take care of my no spray garden. So if you are interested, you can check that out. And back here, I have a climber, sombre climber. That beautiful. This rose is gorgeous. Looks like it has a few more. It is very delicate looking rose and smell amazing too. It smells like what is it, like hint of, I would say, medium fragrance of honey. And look at that. It has a bud right there. More over here. So it's not done blooming for sure. I have more over there too. So we will be able to enjoy some blooms over the next few days or week. And you are not going to believe this spirit of freedom rose. Oh my goodness. It is January, yet this rose, these blooms are kind of old, but they're still hanging on. It's getting cold, but I can tell they love this weather. This rose is full of flowers. Like I look at it from inside of my house. I looked through the window and thought, oh my God, what in the world? So many flowers. And it's January and there's even new growth. Somehow the wind kind of make it lean on this side more, so I have to pull it back maybe tomorrow when the soil is a little damp. And I have Thai basil over here, which can withstand the cold. That's crazy. I thought it would die by now. So I try to have diversity in my garden, not just roses, have different type of flowers, herbs, edible, and all that together. And that is lace wing egg. Just interesting how there's only one egg on there. So lace wing is beneficial insects. I purchased them back in 2021 and released them in my no spray garden so that I have force of nature to help me take care of the bad pest. So that's spirit of freedom. So I'm going to try to go back so that you can see the blooms, because the blooms are facing the other way. Look at this one. This rose, y'all, it has over 200 petals. It's just mind-blowing every single time when I look at the new buds like that. It's just hard to believe that how in the world, when it opens up, it can be that big, right? That's the nature always amazed me, period. Just crazy. So let's see here. Okay, so we have more over here. I really want to cut these blooms, have to admit. They're so beautiful. But if I cut them, then they are going to keep making more, and it's time for them to rest and sleep for the season, to save energy to handle the cold weather. But who knows how long they want to bloom. I think this must be the longest that these roses are blooming still. In the past maybe 2 to 3 years, I don't remember them going this long at all. And voila, look at that. Look how many we have up here. Don't know how well you can see. There you go. These are tall, so I cannot really reach them. Beautiful. And we have more here too. Trying to focus so you can see these pink buds. Isn't that gorgeous? So many blooms, my goodness. There must be at least 30 on this plant. The foliages are falling off. It's mind-blowing how many blooms it has on there. Okay, so let me go back to the other side. So that spirit of freedom is, I know that is a favorite for some of you. So let's see who else around here that are still blooming. So we have a raspberry cream twirl. Just interesting how my climbing roses that had a late start in the spring, they keep going since fall through the new year. This bloom is huge, beautiful, stripy rose. I am cold. Look at that. And it gives neighbor several blooms on the other side. Want to show off its beauty. That bloom is about to shatter. So beautiful. I hope the neighbor enjoys on that side. And we have Bathsheba by David Austin over here, still blooming too. I don't know where they get the food from, because they have not been fertilized in months. Ooh, it's getting really windy out here, and I'm getting cold. Okay, so over here we have Love Song. Look at that. Beautiful. And the color on the screen here, it shows more pink, but in real life it has like really cool tone of purple. Beautiful. This rose has interesting mind, has interesting growth habit, and it survived the summer of 2022, and then no, it survived the freeze of 2021. Then it had a really hard summer 2 years in a row, 2022 and then 2023, but it's still going strong. And next I want to show you Bordeaux. This rose is stunning. I had to adjust the screen color a bit so that you can see the colors better. Otherwise, if it's too bright, it's hard to capture the color of this rose. That's why you see the screen is a little darker when it's so bright with red color roses, it's hard to see the colors, if that makes sense. This rose has been blooming a whole lot. Smells amazing like red wine. And I may have mentioned before that I don't have a whole lot of red roses. I'm more like the pink blush kind of person, but I found that having a pop of red really make your garden pop. It's like blend of different colors in the garden. This rose must have how many flowers on here? A lot of flowers on here right now. And smell amazing like red wine. Okay, who's next? So Roald Dahl been naked, as you can see, has a few bloom here and there. This last year Roald Dahl didn't bloom much compared to the other year. We have Desdemona getting naked now. You can see, but still have blooms. We have Boscoville over there, naked, and have some new foliages too. And this one, I cannot believe. I thought that it's done for the season. As of the last update I did on Plum Perfect, when was that? I know it's in the fall, but I don't remember what month. I really thought that it's done for the season, but guess what? It has a lot of new growth. It has buds, and it has basil shoot. Look at that. This is own root rose, so it is not like coming from, it's not sucker. I am so excited. This is amazing. So this is going to grow to be like canes like that, which will help create more. You know, we are going to have more blooms. And when you have basil, not basil, I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but it's like a new growth coming from, especially on the own root, basil shoot, BASAL, shoot coming up. That means the rose is happy. So that's great to see. But if you have grafted rose and you have something coming up like that, it could be sucker, which is like a part of the root where your roses get grafted on, but it's not the actual rose. It's coming from the root stock. So if you have that, then it is most likely not a good news, because it's not the rose that you purchase. So the rootstock will take over, so you have to cut. Okay, so that's for the grafted rose. I don't want to confuse you, but mine is own root. Oh, Boscobel actually has some bloom. Interesting. So back to Plum Perfect. It looks amazing. See that? See how green and healthy it looks? So Plum Perfect is one of very rare roses in the garden that actually has a very nice bushy, um, what do you call, like bushy growth habit, where you can plant in the front of your house if you want like something, you know how some roses have really weird growth habit and it doesn't form a nice shrub. But for Plum Perfect, definitely is making beautiful shrub if you want to have that. And the foliage just look beautiful as well, like green and very green, shiny. And like I mentioned before, I don't spray, I don't use any insecticide, no nothing, no chemical, and it's fairly healthy, especially after 2 to 3 years. I think in the first 2 years it struggled with a lot of diseases too, even though cord is supposed to be really disease resistant. But somehow I guess mine needed more time, but overall it is a very healthy rose by now if you give it enough time. And that bloom, I just cannot believe that it is going again. But I am grateful that it is going to continue to bless us with beauty so that we have something to enjoy this winter months. I know that in other states, like in the northern states, we all have snow and things like that already. So this is kind of crazy to see that they are still blooming and going strong. Look at that. And with roses that are older, and especially this one that I plant in ground, or this one is in the raised bed, I guess somehow they manage to store or have access to food somewhere down there, even though I have not fed my roses since October. Get that new growth. And more buds. Wow. Crazy, crazy. Don't remember seeing these at all in January. Looking pretty good. I would say that this is probably one of the healthiest looking roses compared to what we saw back there. And this one, 3 years old. Have to do, because I bought and planted in either summer or fall of 2020. So yes, definitely at least 3 years old. And right now in my garden, I put down cardboard to prevent weeds from growing. And then I'm going to buy mulch in order to lay everywhere. And I used to have like fabric like this, that kind of fabric. Somehow we still managed to grow over. So I thought, well, might as well just use cardboard, right? And we have April Love over here. Absolutely one of my most favorite roses. It keeps going all year round. All year. Going strong and beautiful. I have a review of this rose on my blog as well. Once again, this is April Love, bred by John Clement. Sorry, my fingers in the screen. But the colors is absolutely delicate and beautiful. This rose is very thorny, by the way, full of thorns. If that's a concern for you, I don't know if this rose is available outside the US or not, but it is beautiful. Look at that. These blooms are huge. So I have not gone through every single roses in the garden, but these are the ones that still have decent amount of blooms that I want to show y'all. And if you have any question or simply want to say hi, I would definitely love to hear from you. Sometimes it's kind of lonely posting the video and then you don't know who's watching. But anyway, I appreciate your time for watching and visiting my channel. Hope you all have a beautiful start for 2024 and much more beauties to flow into your life. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.